Welcome back to Mountain Connections. Right now we are speaking via phone to Allison Page. She is from Trail Talk. She's a therapist and is going to help us, give us some tips to help navigate this stressful time with all of these hard current events. Allison, thanks for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me.
So of course, with COVID-19 and then there was an earthquake this morning, everyone's anxiety is very, very high. What are some things that we can do to work through this?
Well, I've been thinking a lot about this and realized I'm more of an extrovert than I realized. So this last weekend, I was struggling with the social distancing as well, being in the vulnerable demographic age. And I just think we have to realize that this is kind of a death of our life as we knew it. And we are going through shock and denial. And now it's time to band together and just accept that we are in this thing together. We have to act as a united community, even though we have to be socially distanced. We've got to maintain social connectedness. We're social beasts, and we really thrive in community. So my first thought was to get back into a morning routine and establish routines, because when people are forced into menopause or early retirement, it's very chaotic. It's a season of life change that causes us to lose track of purpose. And so my first recommendation is really start looking at creating routines again. Get back into your routine, bed routine, and I think more routines.
That's a really important thing to do, to try and keep a routine, even though it's kind of difficult to do so. If you're feeling a lot of anxiety, what else can you do during this time?
Reach out to your loved ones. Talk to people. And give yourself permission to feel unsettled. And I personally use humor. My family is very funny, and we like using humor. And at the same time of using humor, we aren't denying that this is hard. And so, I think another thing is serve those around us. And when we give of ourselves, we lose touch of our personal selfishness, and we have to have some level of self-care, because we have to protect ourselves and our families. Just reach out to neighbors and try to connect. I love seeing the news, and there's so much going on with mental health awareness during this time. And if you are in any kind of recovery from drugs or alcohol, there are online support groups. People are reaching out. So connect. And if you're not a millennial, learn how to use technology to your benefit.
Children are very in tune to the emotions of adults, and many times they pick up more than we even know. How can we talk to young children about the virus, about current events? What's the best way to really approach that, to not scare them, but also give them that important knowledge to help ease their concerns?
Well, I think you always have to keep in mind their developmental age. So less is better for some kids, and letting them know that these are scary times, and mommy and daddy or Aunt Allison or whoever, we're here as your secure base, and we will stay together. And if they are scared, we'll talk about it and validate their fears. At the same time, let them know that as a family, you're going to work through this together. And if they have fears, you recognize them, and then start developing some routines that you haven't been able to do because of how hard we work. Get back to family dinners. Start get out for that morning walk that we've never had time to do. We got time now. And so I think that it's just reassure that you're their secure base, that you're banding together, and validate that, this is real. We'll make it.
And are you feeling more alarm, more stress from patients that you work with or individuals in the community, or do you feel like people are being able to kind of keep their emotions in check and keep that mental stability?
On the most part, yes. I think what is interesting is we have lots of folks that aren't taking this seriously enough, and others that are are not sure how to be part of community. So I just think that there's a whole gamut of emotional responses to this. And I think as long as we start working through these phases of death, it's truly a mourning process. And I think we're still struggling with shock and denial. And now it's time to band together and say, let's support each other to get back into routines and create some new routines. And it's really an opportunity to use our creativity and draw on the knowledge of others. I mean, there's so much available online to help us create activities and fun things with kids. Having our kids home, this is not normal. This is really a challenging time for many families. So just reach out to the professionals in your community and ask for help.
And if we want to reach out to you or find out more about Trail Talk, where should we go?
Well, we're doing a series of Instagram posts and e-newsletters that are just offering community support, tips from the trail. Basically, here's some ideas on how to maintain your mental wellness during these critical times. And so they can follow us on Instagram, and it's Trail Talk Utah. And then they can go to our website, trailtalk.com, and sign up for our e-newsletter and just stay connected with us. We have clients. We're all taking clients at this time, but we're understanding that people are hunkering down, and we're not going to be seeing people in offices. We're capable of doing telehealth. I'm personally doing virtual walk and talks where I'm phone calling someone, but being more vulnerable myself, I'm really trying to maintain social distancing appropriately. So all of our therapists are trying to work through this themselves and take care of themselves and their families. And but we are offering a lot of community support online during this time. So don't hesitate to be in touch with us and ask questions. We'll be there for you.
Thanks so much, Allison, for these great tips to help us navigate this mentally exhausting and emotional time. It's good to hear that it's okay to give yourself permission to deal with a difficult day. Also, it's important that we talk to our children and connect with others and get outside. So thanks, Allison, for joining us.
All right. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it, and stay safe.
You too.